This video was sponsored by PowerCircle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cookup Unlimited.
Cookup!
It's not a podcast.
Yo, Dennis here, back with another episode of This Is Not a Podcast. Y'all already know what the lick read. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit the notification button. It's greatly appreciated. So, tonight's conversation, I thought we'd switch the tempo up a little bit. I appreciate y'all for watching our previous episodes. Shouts out to a lot of y'all that's been watching on YouTube Shorts. They've been doing pretty good so far. We are getting close to our time. We're approaching 2K right now. I know that's not much, but we're approaching 2K subs. We can definitely do better with the watch time. I think I got a remedy for that. Let me know in the comments. I've been working on a few things, man. I'm going to take our show on the road once again. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling this summer. I don't want to let too much of the cat out the bag, but we're going to be doing a lot of traveling this summer. We're going to be going to a lot of different states. We're going to be doing a lot of reviews and a lot of different things. But tonight's message is quite simple, man. I think this has been on me to talk about this for a minute now. And my message tonight is, what is your reason and your why? Now I want y'all to think about that for a minute. I'll wait. Now I know what y'all thinking. Most of our reasons and our whys are usually something that's by default. And what are those default things? You might have a wife, you might have kids, you might want to do something for your mama, your brothers, your sisters, or your homeboys, or whatever the case may be. So we're gonna break it down, not too far, but we're gonna try to sum this up. I ain't gonna be too long. So every so often I always ask myself, what is my reason and my why? A lot of times over the years, my reason and my why has either became something different or something more. So, for example, in my younger years, this is before I had kids or anything like that, my reason and my why was pretty simple. Take care of your moms, look out for your pops, look out for your siblings, and cut the deck. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what my reasons and my whys outside of my own personal thing for myself. I'm also cared about other people's happiness over mine more so. Sometimes ripping and running, you kind of tend to forget about yourself sometimes. So that's my thing, back then. So then over time, as I got older, priorities got a little bit different. I ended up getting married. I got married pretty young. I got married when I was 26. So my reason and my why was a little bit different. And before that, I had my first child at 22. So my reason and my why became that. You know what I mean? My reason and my why at the time was my daughter. Then my son came after that. 4 years later, I ended up getting married. As the years went, we ended up producing 3 beautiful children, home of which you guys see all the time. You got Hannah and Chloe. Make sure y'all go to their channel. Go check them out over there if you got kids. And then you see my son Pablo. He do the intro to my channel. That's the kid that old man that be like, "This is not about kids." It's my son. So y'all know Pablo. And this is all about your reasons. And this kind of ties into everything. I know I'm kind of rambling around, but this has everything to do with your reason and your why. Sometimes, when you get to that point and you put your priorities in perspective, you want to take care of your wife, you want to take care of your mama, you want to take care of your kids. All the above. I think every red-blooded human being has a similar goal to some degree if you fall in that category. But sometimes it's a deeper meaning to your reason and your why. We know you have to do that. I think that's just by default. But what if we go beyond our defaults? Nobody never really think about that. Like, what if we go beyond our defaults? And what would we find? You know what I mean? Like, for me, some people do vision boards. Some people have it in their minds of what they set out to do. It starts by small-term goals. It starts by short-term goals. Those short-term goals turn into long-term goals. So everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be successful. But it's the things that go along the journey that's in the middle. It's all about whatever goes on in the middle predetermines what leads ahead sometimes. Sometimes you can plant seeds along the way for those reasons and those whys. You know what I mean? As time goes on, what time teaches us, and if we ask that question periodically, what is your reason and your why? I guarantee you're going to come up with a lot of different things other than what you came up with previously. Everybody wants to take care of their people. Everybody wants to take care of their family. What is your reason and your why? That's one of those things you have to really dig deep and think about. You know what I mean? It's not as easy once you eliminate the defaults. When you eliminate those defaults, you gotta focus on your reason and your why. Some people speak too soon and they talk about intangible goods. Their reasons and their whys is all intangible goods. Some people empower money a little bit too much. I can assure you that most people that do that, 9 times out of 10, they end up self-destructing. If we can all have it in our way in a perfect world, I think we'll all self-destruct. I mean, God got a way of making us earn things, work for certain things that you really, really want. More than ever, it's always a few things we want more than anything, aside from taking care of your family, taking care of your responsibilities. Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants the big house. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants whatever they see fit to be success, or what success look like. Everybody wants their paradise on earth. Everybody wants their heaven on earth. You know what I mean? But what are your reasons and your why? Like, why do you do what you do? I can honestly say, like, I think everybody should want to do something they love to do. I feel like everybody should want to get paid to do what they love to do. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work, I don't care what you do, whether you work at a 9 to 5, whatever brings you happiness, whatever makes you happy. They always say, love what you do what you love. I tend to gravitate in that direction, you know what I'm saying? I made up my mind that I really didn't want to punch no clock anymore. Based off whatever my circumstances was, that I was going to be self-made. I came from a long bloodline of self-made individuals and entrepreneurs. I've developed the entrepreneurial spirit. It was just kind of something that was bestowed upon me, so to speak. And so I never knew I would be in this position. I never knew this would be my journey. And a lot of times in the middle, a lot of things happen in the middle. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about the beginning and the end, but it's the middle. It's the middle part. You know what I mean? That middle part, that's where it never goes as planned. That's where you see the turbulence. You start experiencing a lot of different things. Life happens for some people. And a lot of times, that reason and that why starting to look a little different after a while. You might have came up with some friends and they might have went left, or you might have went left, or y'all paths just went this way. People grow apart, and that's okay. That's what happens when you on a road to success, road to prosperity. And we all know when you on that lonely road, you realize very quickly that everybody can't go. I mean, sometimes, we all outgrow each other. So your reasons and your whys tend to look different. Some things might not go your way, or even in business, some things in business might not go your way. You might end up going into another field. You might find yourself scrambling. I mean, what's happening during all of this is you're building character, a desire to want more. The motivation kicks in right away. Now, this doesn't happen for everybody, but those of you that's out there right now, that's one of those individuals that's motivated, or either self-motivated, or this is a kick in the behind to get you to get motivated. Now, I'm not saying I got it all. I'm not where I want to be yet. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are not where y'all want to be yet, but that is totally fine. It's always a hunger for more. And that's not necessarily always pertaining to money, finances, just in life, period. It's always a hunger for more, to want to be better, to want more for yourself, to want more for your family, to want more, to put yourself in a better position, put your kids in a better position. My reason and my why has grew significantly huge. Just recently, me and my wife became first-time grandparents, and that was a big shock for about 5 seconds. And that kind of right there, that just kind of put things in perspective. My son, when he was born, that kind of put things in perspective. I knew that would be my last child. I was looking at it, life like in the form of an hourglass. Like, okay, this is where it's about to get real. You know what I mean? You're getting up in age, and you're looking at your life, and you're realizing that, okay, we all could look at ourselves in the mirror sometimes and be like, you know what? I think I could have did more, or I should be further along than where I'm at, or you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that. If you have I myself, I have high expectations of myself. I expect more from myself, so that's what drives me and makes me work harder. Sometimes even my wife sometimes say, man, take a break. But even in my sleep, my mind is always working. So you know what I'm saying? My reason and my why, that's what keeps me motivated every day. That's what keeps me up long nights. That's what keeps me working sun up to sun down. You start thinking about a lot of different things. Like when you're young, you're young and free and running wild, and you just want to be successful. So when we talk about success from a young man's standpoint, all roads lead to money. I gotta have this, I gotta have that, this and that, and that is all great. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. When you realize as you get older, it's a small part of the journey. Yes, we need money. Yes, we need that financial freedom. We need that U.S. currency to get where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I totally understand that, believe me, because when you're an entrepreneur, especially out on faith, sometimes it might be you gotta hustle. If you don't work, you don't eat. You don't know when your next dollar coming from if you don't get out there and make things happen and talk to people, network, do things like that, step out of your comfort zone. And what you will find is your reason and your why. So I'm gonna probably like end this here because I don't want to be too long. But I encourage y'all out there, I encourage all my peoples out there, find your true reason and your why. So when I ask you this question, I'm asking that question for myself. Find your reason and your why, and not just those default answers, because we all know we're supposed to be doing that. We all know we got priorities, people. Now, it's not rocket scientists, you know what I'm saying? If you got a heart and you got a sound mind, and you should be wise enough to know what your reason and your why is as far as by default. But outside of dig deeper, I encourage y'all to dig deeper. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm talking to myself too, y'all, so I'm not just talking to y'all. But I encourage everybody out there, dig deeper to find your reason and your why. And that's gonna conclude our video for tonight. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Thank y'all for watching to the end. We need all the support we can get, and I appreciate y'all. And as always, keep God first, stay sucker free, and by all means get to the money. Peace and love, stay healthy, and I'm out this joint. Peace.